Good morning, everyone. Today I am coming to you from Sandton. We are attending the Lady Justice Experience, where I will be talking on the blueprint of mentorship. That is maximizing your growth through intentional learning. I'm very excited about this topic. This is a topic that is close to my heart as somebody who specializes in mentorship, in entrepreneur mentorship. And so bringing this message to the sister-in-law community this morning is very exciting for me.
Good morning once again. Ladies, I'm delighted to be standing before you today. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ntsoaki. And I chose this song to kickstart me because it reminds me of my roots. It takes me back to my roots. Sorry, Queen. It takes me back to my roots. So my roots stem from the beautiful soil of Matatie. I saw somebody from my hometown here. That is on the western foothills of the Drakensberg Mountains. This is where I discovered that entrepreneurship was a career option for me, and has paved a lot of the ground on which I stand today as a businesswoman and as a mentor. My late father was an entrepreneur. My mother, although her profession was in teaching, she had various businesses just to generate income for herself. And my grandmother, she sewed garments that she sold at church. So entrepreneurship, leadership, strong work ethic, excellence were modeled to me very early in my childhood, and have inclined me to my profession today in mentorship. So I mentor women entrepreneurs such as yourselves who want to expand their perspective, who want to sharpen their capabilities as entrepreneurs so they can confidently position themselves in their areas of expertise. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you are currently going through mentorship? Okay. Interesting. How many of you in the past year, how many of you have attended 2 or more events? Put up your hands. All right. How many of you in the past year have listened to 2 or more podcasts? Have read 2 or more books?
Which book?
Okay. So that's very interesting. The first question was, how many of you are currently going through mentorship? And whether you raised your hand or not, I want to let you in on something that might shift your perspective today. And that is, every single one of us, whether you raised your hand or not, each and every one of us is being mentored, whether consciously or unconsciously. Each and every single one of you is being mentored from when you step into a room like this to when you engage in conversations, to how you immerse yourself into certain environments. You are being mentored. Now the question is, are you conscious of it? Are you conscious of it? Now, in the realm of mentorship, we've got what we call conscious and unconscious mentorship. Unconscious mentorship, we have all experienced. We've all experienced it, whether we realize it or not. From childhood, we've been mentored by our parents, our teachers, our aunts, our uncles, the TV shows we were watching. the cultures we grew up in, we've adopted behaviors with certain beliefs. So let me make it more practical. When you think of your first idea of what it means to be a woman, who models that for you? That was the intuition. So when you think about these things, when you think about directly or indirectly, who taught me how to chase my dreams? Who taught me how to handle stress? Who taught me how to speak up or to be silent? Who taught you this? That is mentorship, unconscious mentorship. And it's subtle. You don't even realize that it's shaping you. So unconscious mentorship is everywhere. It's all around us. And the thing is, and based on that question, that only about 15 of you raised your hands and I said, who is currently going through mentorship? It means that to this day, people are still being unconsciously mentored. You are still being unconsciously mentored. Because for some reason, we think that mentorship was a title. We think it's a program that you apply for. We think that it's a coffee date with someone who's further along than you are, and you need to unpack in dialogue. But mentorship is experienced through culture. It is experienced through environment, experienced through the podcasts you're listening to, the books you are reading. It is experienced through these spaces. So who are the hidden mentors in your life? Who are the hidden mentors in your life? I want you to think about that. Now, conscious mentorship, on the other hand, that is different. That's when you decide that you are now going to be the architect of your growth. That you are going to be deliberate. That you're not just going to absorb, but you're going to discern. That you're not just going to attend, but you're going to apply. That you're not just going to show up, but you're going to grow up. Growth in these environments is not automatic. So coming here and hoping you're going to learn something, hoping you're going to grow, is not enough. Because hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy, and hostility was not eco-transformation. Are you being intentional about being here? Are you intentional about being here? Now, my presence today, and that's all these amazing legal minds, my presence and purpose of my presence today is to guide you in that blueprint, to guide you in creating your own blueprint. Because at the end of the day, the way we need to approach mentorship environments such as this is the same way that we approach any strategic development. And that is with structure, with intention, and with clarity. With structure, with intention, and with clarity. Don't just passively absorb. And so it becomes beneficial to think of it like building your home. So in my experience, as an entrepreneur mentor, I've had the honor, rather, of guiding 100 of women or so in the entrepreneurial journeys, some who have come onto our platform with the assumption that just by merely being in the community, it's going to solve all their business challenges. Or just by merely having access and proximity, that's going to equate to change or progress. But the thing is, transformation is for the active learner. Active learner, the woman who doesn't just show up, but she shows up with a plan. The woman who doesn't just show up, but shows up with a plan. The woman who doesn't just engage, but engages with intent. The woman who understands that mentorship is a strategy and not a shortcut. Someone who's deliberate. And so if you're going to maximize your growth in spaces such as this, you need to think about it in a blueprint and take control and ownership of your learning journey. As you build your home, the foundation of that home is the personal vision you have for yourself. What type of woman am I trying to build? What type of woman am I trying to build? Your framework is your strategy. Who am I going to learn from and why? The tools are the questions you're going to be asking. Taking focused, actionable notes. And so there's 3 shifts that I want you to have today. 3 shifts that I would love for you to make today. Three shifts I would love for you to make today for yourself. And the first shift is to move from being passive to proactive. Move from being passive to proactive. You cannot outsource your growth. Think about what is it that I want to extract here today, and how is it relevant to the season that I'm in? Right? And then, after this event, schedule a 30-minute date with yourself. I love to go on solo hikes. I love to go on solo hikes. Schedule a 30-minute date with yourself so that you can sit in your stillness and contemplate, what are my 3 takeaways? What are my 3 takeaways, and how are they relevant to the season that I'm in? The second thing I want you to do is to move from inspiration to integration. Move from inspiration to integration. It doesn't help to come here and be inspired by husbands like you. Huh? It does not help to be moved by what she's saying. You need to move. So move from inspiration to integration. Make sure that every lesson, every insight is part of your strategy, your next steps to move your life forward. That's the second thing. The third thing is to move from exposure to execution. I said earlier that proximity does not equate transformation, because some of us, believe it or not, we buy tickets to be in proximity with people. Yes. We want to be merely in proximity with people.
Yeah.
But in order for you, or that proximity to great minds to be valuable in your life, it needs to be followed by action. It needs to be followed by action. What are you doing with what you know? What are you doing with the information that you have received by mere proximity with Ntsoaki? What are you doing with it? And so those are the 3 shifts that I would love each and every one of you to make today. How are you going to apply this in the next 30 days for yourself? How are you going to apply this for the next 30 days for yourself? Because you're not going to learn everything today. You're not going to absorb everything there today. And it's not your job to absorb everything today. It's not your job to learn everything. Your job is to learn what is yours. Your job is to learn what is yours for this season. So as you immerse yourself into today, and as you immerse yourself into mentorship environments, because it's going to go beyond just this event. For the next event that you are approaching or you are going to be attending, have this blueprint in mind. Have a learning blueprint so that you take control of your learning journey. Otherwise, you're going to keep attending these fabulous events. You're going to be momentarily inspired, and then you're going to circle back to square one. So create a blueprint for yourself. Create a blueprint for how you are going to approach this. I want to leave you equipped today, all right? I want you not to just be inspired, but just to equip you as well. To create mentorship relationships that speak to your values, your beliefs. When you network during the networking session, that is not just an opportunity to mingle and get business cards. It is mentorship, informal mentorship, peer-to-peer mentorship. We are exchanging energy. We are exchanging connection. You'll find that maybe the speakers here today are not going to speak to you, but the person you speak to outside is who was here to shift you today. So that is mentorship. And so be conscious in this environment. Be conscious in this space. Reframe these things for yourself. So as I leave you this morning, I want to leave you with this, that mentorship is not a luxury. It is not a trend. Mentorship is a strategy. And once you become conscious and clear of this, and be intentional about the spaces you step into, you'll be able to create opportunity for yourself to have a breakthrough within those spaces. So welcome to the next level of maximizing your growth through intentional learning. My name is Ntsoaki Sibia, KKU, Yagahlakwan, and your strategic guide to intentional mentorship. Thank you, guys. So I am done with my talk for today, and I'm feeling fulfilled. I'm feeling excited. I think it's very important for us to have these conversations and to help women understand that by engaging in experiences like this and events like this is a mentorship experience. And so it becomes very important for them to approach it as they would approach any strategic development, and that is with structure, with intention, and with clarity. So I'm very excited for being part of this experience. I'm excited that I got to engage and network with so many phenomenal women. Thank you to the sister-in-law team, and thank you to Tibello for this Lady Justice experience. Anybody who's considering working with me, anybody who's considering booking me for their next event, you can find me on my social media platforms, the primary social media platform being Instagram. Alternatively, on LinkedIn, I am present on LinkedIn. Or you can just send an email to my team, my amazing team, at info@ntsoakisibia.co.za.